Hi, everyone. My name is Jeromy McKnight. I'm a senior nursing major from Mansfield, Texas. I'm talking to you today about kind of my 4 years in college and growing up. And my story today is about passing the torch and why it's important to me and why I think it applies to your life. Again, thank you for listening, and I'm ready to get started. So let's go. So growing up, I was almost raised as a single child. I was raised by my mom and grandma in Indianapolis, Indiana, before we moved here to Texas. The reason I say I was growing up almost as a single child is that I did have two older siblings, but both were out of the house. One was in California and the other was in Louisiana. And I really didn't have that mentorship from them that I thought I would growing up, I seen other of my friends have with their older siblings. But I did have my mom. And as any other mom at TCU, she really stressed the importance of grades. And with that, she made me take pre-AP, AP, and dual credit classes, and she made sure that I didn't get anything less than an A. And with that, she made sure I had everything I wanted and needed. And as most people say, I was a spoiled kid throughout school. And I would have to agree with that. Now, in school, I really didn't know what was best for me. I participated in a lot of different events such as ROTC, football, and other varsity sports and SGA. And I loved doing all of that. But I knew I wanted to help people, and that was my focus. My mom was a nurse, and I didn't know how I wanted to help, either as a nurse, doctor, or a teacher. But then arrived at TCU as a freshman, and at first I really didn't know what to think about it. I initially wanted to transfer because I didn't really see diversity as I did in my high school. I didn't see many students that looked like me, and though we did have an inclusion and equity here at TCU, I didn't really see much of diverse students there. But then came along a couple of mentors that I had, Daryl Wyrick, who's in the picture, Erica Kume, and Trung Nguyen, and they really encouraged me to get involved and change the narrative here at TCU. And in order for me to change the narrative, I had to participate in different events so I could share my story with TCU and kind of the people who looked like me and did things as similar to me. One of the programs that I did decide to participate in was Rising Leaders. It's a program that encourages rising high school seniors in the Fort Worth area and local areas to go to post-secondary education. And with that, it was a very eye-opening experience for me. A lot of those students really dived in and wanted to focus in on school, and with that, it encouraged me to help them. Going into my sophomore year, I also wanted to help more by participating in student development services, specifically connections, joining my fraternity, and I met a great group of guys who ended up being my friends and roommates. And with that, I also had an amazing sophomore year. And really, with giving back with SDS, I was able to help the freshmen invest into their future. And when investing in their future, I also knew that I wanted to invest into my own. I knew that college wasn't going to last forever and that there was more to college than just partying, playing games, and watching TV. I knew that I wanted to tell my kids one day that I was able to help people around me and not just focus in on myself. And with that, I decided to join Army ROTC, one of the biggest ways to invest into others and be invested into myself. And with the Army, I have great leaders, and I met so many great people who really invested into me and my leadership styles. Also, I joined the Army Reserve, and my second lieutenants also invested in me and molded me. Two other people who molded me are Zia Maroon, who's on the left, who just happens to be my girlfriend, who's amazing and always makes sure that I have everything I need and encouraged me to be the best man I can be. Another great person is a former roommate of mine and a fraternity brother, Marcus McGarity, and he also encouraged me to live my life towards Christ and do the best I can in everything that I do. And with that, I did decide to change my life. I wanted to live a more Christian life and be more towards God and also reflect his wishes. And with that, I decided to read my Bible more, really sit down and invest with the Lord, and surround myself with a community that really was about me and also about my growth. And with that, I was able to grow. Now, I did say that a lot of people were investing in me to grow, but I was doing this growing for myself. I knew that if I could grow to the best of my ability, that I could be the best version of me for the people around me and for myself. And that would only help me in the future and help me succeed in all the goals that I had in life. And with that, my senior year really showed that growth. I was able to participate in so many different things and so many different activities have really promoted the investment of not only myself, but others around me. One was working with my church in Denver, Colorado, that really helped me invest into others, but also get the glory of God to myself and to the people around me. With that, you may be asking, why am I telling you this? Why am I telling you about amazing 4 years of college and you really don't have anything to know about it? But the reason I'm telling you all about this is because we haven't gotten where we are without the people who are around you and who have poured all of what you know into you. You're not where you are without them right now, and I just want to stress that. Some of the people that have brought me to where I am today is in this picture right here. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to post everyone, but these people really made sure that I had everything that I could have right now. They showed me right from wrong and always went the extra mile. And I'm so sad that I couldn't put everyone else who has poured into me into this picture. But with that, I wanted to make sure I did my part. With doing my part, I wanted to make sure that I invested in others as the way they invested in me. I wanted to pave the way for so many other people to go forward. I know I am just 21 years old, but I have so much to give, not only to people who are behind me, but to also the people in front of me. And one of those ways I give back is mentoring. With mentoring, I do so much with the community. In this picture, this is my after my freshman year working with rising leaders and some of the students that I worked with. I am glad to say that I still talk to some of these students and that they really invested into me as I invested into them. And seeing them in college now is amazing. So if you can mentor, I highly suggest doing it in any way you can. Another great way to give is in the community with volunteering. In this picture is my clinical group from this year, and we were volunteering at the Tarrant County Area Food Bank at a local church. So whether it's giving blood or working at a local homeless shelter, I highly suggest giving back and participating in new things with new people. It's always a great way to help the area around you. And all to say, find something that motivates you. It doesn't matter in what context or how you do it. And it doesn't necessarily have to be today, tomorrow, and the next few months. It Motivation isn't found overnight. It's earned and it's worked through. And you will find something that motivates you, and that motivation will make you have something that you have a passion about. And the passion can take you anywhere. And with that, my last point is to say, make sure you pass the torch. In the Olympics, the torch is passed from person to person until it reaches the flames so that it lights up and the Olympics can begin. And with passing the flame, you're giving a new bit of knowledge to someone else. And with that, I ask you, when you pass your flame, what are you leaving behind? Are you leaving an impact, a legacy that someone can remember you by? So I highly recommend, with whatever you do and wherever you go, when you pass that torch, remember what you have done, and hopefully that next person remember what you've done for them. So thank you for listening, and I highly encourage you, when you wake up tomorrow, think about what you're doing for not only yourself, but for others. I hope you have a good day, and if you have any questions, let me know. Bye, and have a good one.